There are 4 primary areas of doing diligence when you take a rental onto the market, or when you want to make sure that the rental you're operating is compliant to reduce risk as you go forward. The first area is about code compliance. We're also going to talk about insurance for a rental property, which is different than household insurance. We're also going to talk about a legal structure in a separate video. And then the fourth topic we'll also cover in a separate video, and that is about making sure that you have a market for rentals. So today, this is about code compliance and making sure that you have a compliant rental so that your local town or municipality or city does not come in and shut you down or fine you for how you operate down the road. Obviously, that would interrupt your income stream, especially if you already have guests or tenants staying, or if you're dependent on the income, that would be bad. So we want to make sure that you're code compliant up front. So what does that mean? Code compliance is a local regulation that's specific to your municipality. And typically in the United States, it's also a state regulation that is affecting how the building operates. So this is about electrical, this is about plumbing, this is about carpentry. And it's also about an occupancy permit. And then in the case of a rental, there's going to be an added layer about human safety. That is typically a requirement that may be inspected for free and enforced by your local fire department, as it should be, because you don't want to be a landlord or a host that has a situation with a rental where anybody's at bodily risk, of course, right? You also want to make sure that your plumbing and your electrical is operating correctly so you don't have an issue when a guest or a tenant is there. That's again for protection of the host. So how do you find out what code is and how can you do this without getting yourself into trouble, right? Well, first of all, it's public knowledge. So you're able to go on to whatever your local municipality is and find out what code is. Frequently, that is a long dissertation of legal documentation, specification, and then unfortunately, sometimes they'll bump you out to state code, and then you've got like another obtuse document that you've got to wade through. You can take that information and pop it into ChatGPT and ask it to summarize it for you. That's not the definitive outcome because, as you know, ChatGPT can make mistakes, and it's always going to advise you, as you should, to go down to your local office and confirm, make sure that you're clear about it. Obviously, you're also welcome to read it yourself. And then the third option is to just go down straight to the office. Now, this is going to put you on record with that local municipality. I'm going to be a rental operator. I'm going to be a host. I'm going to be a landlord, whichever that is. Sometimes that's a scary step for people. You're like, I don't know if I really want to go on record. I promise that it is worthwhile because you can get fined and shut down later when you're operating, and that's just too awful. And again, you want to be safe and you want to do it right. So you, as a mindful rental pro, are going to do your diligence up front and find out what that code is and what you have to do to comply with it. You're going to find out if there's anything additional that you need to do, and then you're going to get that essential occupancy permit for rental operations. So not your immediate family, but somebody who is paying rent that is now compliant and has you on record so that you're protected. Even if the local municipality makes changes in the future, you are on record as being compliant now. If you're somebody who wants to understand what due diligence means in a rental situation, to do it legally, to do it efficiently, to do it effectively, you're welcome to join us in the Jumpstart program. And we'll put the link in the show notes for that. And that will help you get up and running in 4 weeks or less. It's an on-demand video-based course that helps you understand what the essential ingredients are of being a successful rental operator, whether that's short, mid, or long term. So join us, and then you have the advantage of direct conversation if you have some questions. And otherwise, good luck. Don't forget to check on your insurance, your legal structure, and validate your market. And we'll see you next time.